All right. Let's get this stream started. So, uh, I am here. It is me. You all know me. I'm Matt. Seeing my chat's gonna be difficult for this one because, I'm. First of all, I'm being quiet because my kids are in here sleeping, and so is my wife. And I'm doing this at 1:22 a.m. because, frankly, I just don't want to do this tomorrow, and I'm busy for the rest of the week pretty much. So here we are. I got my chat off to the side because I won't see it as it happens. But today I'm gonna rank 16 different Scooby-Doo rap battles that I didn't make. I understand I'm probably not gonna have a very big audience here for this one, which is fine. Part of the reason I'm doing this at all now on YouTube, even, I mean, I always stream on YouTube, but I'm doing it now on YouTube because people can come back later. Maybe I'll make like a clip show of it or something, like a cringe motherfucker. But yeah, so here is our setup of battles. This is the order we'll be watching them in. We're going to start with SoundCloud first, which is 5 battles. Then we're going to go to YouTube, which is going to be... the quality is going to suddenly dip back down when we hit YouTube. But, that's fine. We're just here to rank battles and see what we think. I'm going to move my mic over to here so it's a little closer to me. Hello, Dan. Welcome. Hopefully my mic being where it is here instead of being on the table in front of me will make me a little easier to hear. So I'll be ranking every battle on 2 major criteria, which is the writing and the voices. I'm not worried about the mixing. I'm not worried about, I'm not worried about the editing or anything like that. I'm purely here because I love Scooby-Doo and its characters, and I want it represented well. So we're going to see what we're working with. So I have a SoundCloud playlist and a YouTube playlist, and we're just going to go down each one. But we're going to start with the SoundCloud playlist, and the first battle, we're going to go in order from how old to new. So we're starting with Courage versus Scooby, cartoon-made rap battles.
Epic cartoon-made rap battles. Courage the Cowardly Dog versus Scooby-Doo. Begin.
Everybody right here, this great day ain't afraid of attack. When a board rap so fast you crack your pants, you're back to your jack. You're alone in the middle of nowhere, once I got my Scooby gang. Feel the rap, my cane, I fangs that'll hit you like a boomerang. I can't kiss adults' nightmares. Once I show you, you'll be scared. I think I just solved this case. This slime is pumpkin, now compare. Real mysteries and action horrors, watch your cartoon legs. It's scaredy cat once I get my Scooby sex.
Why did Scooby howl?
With the original when I come in to bite. You need to wrap up any cards to see you playing overrated Scooby-Doo. Check your beef by Mystery Incorporated. Just a typical dog. Bet you wanna smell my rear end. The only true horror here is that your show needs to end. Being a chicken from outer space, this won't last long. As I can tell, you're upset. You're more grumpy than our stunts.
I've entered this battle because I've had enough
Oh,
of
it doesn't
listening
say mysterious
to
figure when it says Grim up here.
You're going down. I'm about to get grim when I come to scare you two puppies. So evil and dark that I'll make you start running for your mom. You insufferable fools, don't you dare provoke my wrath. I'm evil, but I'm still funny, so prepare as I make you both then tear you in half with my
This
scythe
is
and
garbage.
take your life. Neither of you could step to me, you don't have the courage to survive. Burning you with fire, turning you both into dog meat. Are you both that dumb? I bid you luck.
Happy Halloween. I've had enough, you fake rabbit. Turn to master phony. You ain't friends with dumb as kids, I know you must be. This time we're working together to show this horrible mess that we deal with monsters where we're from. Heroes are always the best. If a Scooby snack with every touch, you make a big fun of Bill. I eat them all and be more amazing than my future feel. Take that staff away from us, you're more sloppy and angry than man. You're the winner, the scary monsters never succeed.
Who won? Who's next?
Okay, so right off the bat, the writing is already really awkward in a lot of this area, clearly. He pronounced use as Asta. I didn't even catch that. Oh, hello, Bilo. Oh, I didn't catch that, but I wish I had. Holy shit, that would have been fucking awesome. Oh, hold on. Let me see if I can catch that.
You decide. I can tell you're upset. You're more grumpy than our stars.
What? Okay, so I'm just gonna say it. Scooby's already the best voice in this battle, and it's still not that good. It's missing some Scoobyisms. There are certain sounds that come out with a Scooby that Stoff doesn't have here. I've heard Stoff do a Scooby more recently, and it's pretty good. Not a bad Scooby. In his own words, anybody can do Scooby-Doo. That's not true, by the way. I've heard some very, very awful Scooby-Doos come out of people, but that's just me. Xander didn't really sound like Courage at all. He kind of just sounded like Xander. No offense to him, but there's a difference between the things I do for love and whatever the fuck that is. No offense to Xander. And redacted here as Grim is just, there's no accent even. It's just him rapping. It's awful. It's bad. The writing's bad. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this Scooby-Doo Curse of the Lake Monster. No. Nah. I'll give it Scooby-Doo Curse of the Lake Monster. It's not as bad as Oh, yeah. My rankings, by the way, are based on how I feel about the Scooby-Doo movies. You get Scooby-Doo 2 at number 1 at the top. Mystery Begins next to that. Then Scooby-Doo 2002, Argue with a Wall. Curse of the Lake Monster. And then Daphne and Velma, the worst thing Scooby-Doo has ever made, including the new Velma series. But, there's a lot that could be improved. But, that's old. Let's move on to another one. I can't believe I'm willingly showing any of you this. I should introduce one. This is Scooby-Doo versus Courage the Cowardly Dog by Henry Jones. As you can see, that there is me. I'm in this battle, and I'm just so ashamed, I think. Let's go. Long ass intro, of course. You know how it is.
Trouble using right and I'll read this one. Never when I unleash his bars, you'll head back in the rag. You're going down like a Scooby snack. You take more abuse from your owner than now you make me look at. I bet you're looking for a win, but your victory is nowhere. Rallying the kids and adults help you give it work. I'm there. You're facing the top of the sea. I do a raver for us, please. Go back to being dead or I'll leave Randy in the lobby.
When I'm done with you, I'll kick your ass back to the 1960s. Once he makes like his million bootlegs, it'll truly be a treat. This'll be a piece of pie, cause I spit my rhymes high. Call yourself a top dog? You're clearly no mascot. Your are worse than your WWE crossover, and that's a fact. I'd rather rap against Scrappy than this Scooby dumbass. I do what I do for people, you do what you do for snacks. What's this Scooby-Doo? He's dead like a show and he's never coming back.
This ain't an April Fool's joke, it's Mr. Pickles here to say. There's no use running or swimming, you bitches never will get away. We'll sharp teeth to break your bones and a knife to slice your throat. I'll take all of your organs, now I've got this man's gold. I'm the most frightening dog, while you're just the goosebumps bar. While you're chasing costume, I've yet to hear you to bar. Now we'll take you underground, where this world has never seen. And with that being said, boys, happy Halloween.
Alright, let's get into the immediate awful. Me as Scooby in this battle. Fun fact, the demo, it's not written here surprisingly, but the demo was done by Dustin. So that's fun. Of course, it's not Dustin's fault that I'm offbeat here. That's because of, out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 writers, not a single one of them recorded the demo. Let's see. The Courage voice isn't bad. This is a lot more like Courage than the last battle. The mic quality between the two of us is extremely different. Mine isn't that good quality. The other guy playing Courage is quiet. Also, this has always bugged me. This literally could have just said back to the 60s and it would have been on beat. But it's not, and it's awful. And, you know, this just like... I don't know, like... Yeah. Tuna here says it best, I think. This was pretty bad. Scooby and Courage were off flow, and I could barely understand them. Mancha did good as Mr. Pickles, but the whole Happy Halloween line doesn't really fit when this is released weeks after Halloween. So, this is going to be our first Daphne and Velma boyos. And let's move on to the best version of this battle to be released so far, which is Scooby vs. Courage by Alex.
Rap battle! Courage the cowardly dog!
Fun fact, I was asked to play Scooby for this while I was streaming with Cam once, and I didn't answer fast enough, apparently. Because, before I could answer, I got another text that said, never mind, I got it. So...
When push comes to shove, I push it, I shove. No barking, no biting, you know things for love. And the many misadventures and complex scenarios, your morals, criminal patterns, that's all flow. You don't forget, 106 jokes. They've got a fleek with themes that go big or go home. Wiped out creatures, and by golly, I always beat them, but they were never scarier than your theater features. Come on, man, I come from nowhere. It doesn't hold a candle to the void when we're compared. Don't care about you anymore, might I? I mean, it's just stupid, now you're half of a Paw Patrol cast.
First I hear you call the stupid dog. If you weak, we won't catch us anymore, you'll be wrong. Scooby ran to cartoons and broke remote. Scared, duck, and courage, that's pretty on the road. Your program was not quite good, no. I guess our Wallace and Grandmaster film stop that roast. This is a business, you and Muriel listen to films. Even your computer can't help but be a bit sarcastic. But be a sturdy girl, put your back as one rare me. Your guts get more worn now, ran roar straight. We're not gonna since creation, my legacy's a reborn. Every scrape by, that's a boomerang rerun.
Alright, so first, I'm just gonna say it. Alex has my favorite Courage voice that's ever been in a rap battle. I got Alex to play Courage for me. She now, I'm not sure, but they're really good with Courage, with the voice. If I ever use Courage again, I would get them again, the Scooby voice is kind of lacking, in my opinion. It's still like your basic Scooby-Doo type of voice that, everybody does for Scooby. And I don't know. I mean, like I said, anyone can do a Scooby-Doo voice. It's not hard to do a Scooby-Doo voice per se. The way I was taught was essentially do a Mickey Mouse and then make it more gruff and change it around, which I like to think I do a good Mickey Mouse. At the time, I kind of didn't, but that's beside the point. One thing that's really good here that I'll note is that Scooby has a speech impediment. Scooby always had a speech impediment where he would replace certain letters with R. Some of the letters that he replaces with R's aren't replaced here. One of the more common ones was S. You would almost never hear him saying S unless it was at the end of a word. So right here, you would get rarey red instead of scaredy cat, Same with shrieks. That's, Reggie, Ray, Ruby Ricks, stuff like that. The only time he ever pronounced to the S was in his own name, essentially. So it was very selective, but that's me being nitpicky. That's not a problem with the battle. Overall, I would put this one... I'd say I'd put it in Scoob. It's still short. It's still a little lacking in the Scooby voice, And now we're going to get to where I might be a little bit biased. This next one is Shaggy versus Brock by Jenny's Jammin' Battles. My name needs to be changed in the credits here.
Let's get ready for a rap battle! Shaggy versus Brock!
Scoop, go grab the snacks. Like, this'll be
Yeah,
fast. When Shaggy
that's
is
me,
starting
boys.
to rap, like, you'll lose to him faster than Ash. I've gone against werewolves and zombies and ghosts, like I'll leave a tag along pounded. I find it ironic your racers and onyx, but you're the one that's getting grounded. You claim to have rock hard defenses, but don't have the skills to offend. Gave your last bet to a kid who cheated you in a fight when he was 10. And how did your story end? Replaced by a cilantro copy, with your chances of blending the cop by the nurse and the nicest of terms being rocky. Well, mysterious ain't stopping, like I paved the way in animation. The only thing your show's leading in is kids' hospitalization. Like over the years, portrayals were racy. Maybe I should be battling Tracy. You'll need more than pebbles to phase me. There's no dodging when you face me.
Sorry, Shaggy, but your tactics really had no effect. As a gym leader, I'm in charge of putting newbies in check. Think that you're tough, stop lying, man. You spend the whole mystery crying, man. So I'm flooding with flows your entire plan. To battle me, save my tripod! The OG bully from Kanto. Your solo shows never finish. If only you could get a clue, your fan base is quickly diminished. You're running from rubber masks. I throw myself into danger. I met with kiddos and mimes, but Denver's grown so stranger. And I bide my time. You're rushing for cover to hide. Try as you might, you'll end up greener than Hyde. Can't burn me, I've got guts, I'm taking every attack. Think that you'll earn my badge? You'll have to be bolder than that.
Your raps are ghost types, man, completely see-through. The way this creeper acts, man, he's on the verge of a Me Too. So take defeat, dude, your traveling partners don't need you. Especially when it would only take like 1% of my power to beat you. Like the sleuthing student moving through straight from the 60s. This dumb fiend may be 15, but he ends up looking 50. So try and hit your dismiss me, listen to my voice. Like I'm so amazing, I could beat you with one choice.
Your spitting is weak, no surprise though. I could beat this ring with my eyes closed. Your WB super high joke, I'm bulldozing you with these tight blows. His peers and his parents can't stand him, causing emotional damages. I'm helping conquer gods, while Rogers is conquering sandwiches. You gluttonous much lax, you chomp through anything to get your fill. I study Pokemon medicine, I'm an expert at things that are ill. From Lillard to West, your films are a mess, so testing me is a poor play. Hide behind the blue falcon, cause rapping just isn't your forte.
Alright, so a couple things to say about this one. For one, I did help with this one a little bit. I did give lines and junk for Shaggy, because, Scooby-Doo expert, and I'm, close friends with Jenny. I really should have my name changed in the credits here. Yeah, so you can see her additional help. Like the cilantro thing, the cilantro joke, I brought that up. Originally it was lime, And then I brought up the silence named after cilantro, so it made more sense. Oh, hold on. Fun fact, Don died on my birth date. He died October 24th, 1997, and I was born 3 years later. Damn. Hello, Nugget. Welcome. So I want to start by saying that Carrick as Brock is really good. I like his Brock. I'm not sure if I believe someone else in the community could do better, per se, but there is something about it that's kind of missing, in my opinion, as far as being Gen 1 Brock. My voice in this one isn't as good as it could be, and I know that, and I even expressed that after I recorded it. I told Jenny I'm not too confident in this, but if you like it, we'll move forward with it. I recorded this shortly after I stopped being sick at one point, I believe. So, you know, the Shaggy...
It didn't have all the sounds of a good Shaggy. It kind of just sounded like me with some gravel, and that, you know, that's not what he sounds like, man.
So, I could have done better. Looking back, I wish I had done better, but, you know, it's fine. Maybe, depending on how things go, I'll ask Jenny if I can re-record for the video. You know, writing is generally good. You know, Jenny usually has good writing. Up here, this opening line, I actually suggested that the battle not start with a zoinks or a like, because that's what everyone starts their Shaggy battles with. There's always a zoinks or a like whenever Shaggy starts his verse, you know? But there's not much of note to say here. Mostly that my voice is kind of lacking. Characters really well. But I'm going to put this one in Scooby-Doo Mystery Begins. It's an A-tier battle, in my opinion. I might be a little biased. You know, I did admit that earlier, that I might be a little biased. But, you know, it's a good battle. It's a really good battle. You know, Jenny worked hard on it. I worked hard on it. Carrick did his damnedest as well. So, you know. So, next battle that we'll be viewing, one of my favorite Scooby-Doo battles, actually, is Alex's Scrappy-Doo versus Squilliam Fancyson. Whew.
Oh my, why would I be called on for such a verbal battle? Need my pounds of wealth to help attack you. Scary pleasantries, I'll steal the catchphrase out your mouth for you can have it. Let me at 'em. Jousting around with a knockoff, I'm an icon of high caliber. Hide your battle, leave you 50% legacy shot. Probably stacks, kinda hot shit.
I forgot my headphones don't have a cord, sorry.
Rolling in hot shit. Just a puppy dog with Napoleon complex. In front of your face, make a dang kiss my ring. Trash, and believe me, I pick up littering. You'll be shouting uncle, and yes, I mean that literally.
My puppy power's unaffected by narcissists. His social status is bargaining, chip never reaching narcissist. A sensual liar going histrionic when he dares. Newsflash, absolutely no one cares. Your friends will be foiled again, and you'll be in shambles. I'm not surprised you want a casino. Battle with me was a gamble. Take your cheap suit, crooked grin, and hike it. Maybe keep your loss like all you brag about.
Alright, so, Dan says that, he feels like something's missing from Scrappy's voice. Personally, I really like Scrappy's voice, you know. When I first saw this, right, because I'm me, I've done Scrappy's dog tag in the thumbnail wasn't corrected. I've used this PNG before. You know, I've done Scrappy for a couple years, too, you know, the yada-da-da-da-da, puppy power! You know, the annoying voice that everyone hates. Why do I have Discord notifications all the fucking time? So, I've done a Scrappy voice for a while as well. This is a really good Scrappy voice, in my opinion. It's not exactly... I think Lenny Weinrib is the one or Don Messick did a really good one, and then moving forward, Lenny Weinrib did one that I thought was good. Maybe not the most popular one, but that's what this one sounds like. Is Lenny Weinrib, who is the Scrappy who I'm most familiar with, you know. But it could maybe use a bit of a higher pitched tone. But I like Scrappy's voice, and Squilliam sounds absolutely perfect. The writing is really good. You know, it's good, don't get me wrong. Something's going to be missing from any impression, at least in my opinion. But, like, you know, you're kind of missing just, like, I think part of it's the confidence, and part of it has to do with the writing. It's really weird for Scrappy to say histrionic when he doesn't understand that Roman candles are dynamite, you know? So, yes, the connection is cocky and overly arrogant arch rivals of major characters that are also... Well, that makes no sense, because Scrappy's nobody's rival. But we're not here to judge matchups. I'll put this one also in Scooby-Doo The Mystery Begins. And that concludes the SoundCloud section of this. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, if I move forward, it just takes me to Candle Cove versus Max Headroom, which is a really good battle. And you guys should check it out if you haven't. It's by Gaming Plush. I love Gaming Plush stuff. And now we're going to go back to the bottom of the garbage can. Starting with Fred Jones versus Peter Venkman from Uber Rap Battles of Fiction. Yeah, Jenny, you're in Scooby-Doo The Mystery Begins, which is my A tier. Mostly because I feel like my performance and voice could have been a lot better. Also, since you're here, are you cool if I just, like, re-record my part before the video is filmed, potentially? Because I really feel like it's missing the shaggy sound to it. So we're going to start Fred Jones versus Peter Venkman. Before we start this one, by the way, because I want to reiterate, I'm not going to judge any editing or mixing or anything. I'm purely judging these based on the quality of the voices and the quality of the writing. So, you know, these could be mixed on fucking GarageBand, you know, and edited using Windows Movie Maker. And it could still get a top ranking as long as the voice actors care enough about the characters they're playing and the writers have enough passion and skill to write a good battle. I'm going to turn this down because I know this is going to destroy my ears. It gets me every time.
Fred Jones versus
Alright, here we go.
Okay, come on, gang. There's a mystery that needs to be solved. Why this Homo Neanderthalus even evolved? I'll kick your ass like the Marshmallow Man, and I'll make it swift. Parapsychologist? What, Brody? You even lift? You'll be caught up in a rap trap by the head of Mystery Inc. You suck like your vacuum, and frankly, you stink. I'm the sleuth at Crystal Cove. Danger is my middle name. What a night for a fright. When I put you to shame.
If there's something strange in your neighborhood, Fred, they'll call up the Ghostbusters with rapidly dead. Whole super macho man, the ego is off by a long shot. No one's afraid of you when you're sparkly burly ass guy. I ain't afraid of no ghosts, but you're always running away. You can't stay with Savvy cause your mind seems astray. I'll get Egon and Ray and we'll screw this schmooze. Time to abuse your ass faster than Hitler beat the Jews.
See, why? Why is that there?
Better grab a life jacket. Hell, I run your ass over with the mystery machine. Jeepers, this is creepy. You sick? You look a bit green. This is backstage rage. You know I'm the puppet master. Pack your bags, you think you're cool, but you're just a nerdy bastard. You lost already, and there's no doubt about it. I don't need any clues. I'm against you. I think I'd rather drink a glass of Beetlejuice.
Back off, man. I'm a scientist. You know what? Fuck your shit. I cross the streams and literally blast you to bits. Go run crying over your parents. Oh, wait. They don't love you. Friends with a stoner, sludge, and nerd. Get a clue. Go back to the 60s, Fred, as I bring his fast to his clothes. Sit you down fucked up with the man who defeated Dog Gozer. I'll whoop your metal kids. And your pesky dog, too. Then I'll bust you on your ass. I'll kick you straight to Beetlejuice.
The foreshadowing is awful.
It's showtime. I'm the
most with the most jinky. Am I fearsome? You'll both be scared sheetless when I initiate this threesome. Mediocre at your work, and that cannot be denied. When I'm finished with you, you'll both wish that you died. Fred scaring girls away like you're the headless horseman. Zoinks! Is that the hippie truck? Nice fucking van. Venkman, really? Your rap attack is now through? Worst diss I can come up with is Ghostbusters 2. Shove my 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot up your ass. You've got no business scaring spooks when I'm shocking the masses. So go on, make my millennium as I bid you adieu. And I'll finish you both off with a Scooby-Doo.
So, fun fact. Since the last time I've watched this battle, I've actually watched Ghostbusters and Beetlejuice. And now I know how awful it is entirely. First of all, Seth as Fred, not a bad choice considering, Frank Welker has played the role for 50 years. And you're not really, I know someone who could do a damn good natural Fred Jones. But I'm not naming names because he don't want people knowing. And I don't blame him. But I don't know why the scared sheetless for this threesome made me laugh. Look, man. Listen, it was over for the battle when fucking Peter Venkman said Beetlejuice, and we're just supposed to believe that that works for Beetlejuice. But, this one definitely goes down here. Venkman's voice is awful. Beetlejuice's voice is alright, but does not sound like Beetlejuice. Again, it just sounds like Xander. The writing is awful. My God. So the next one, this is one I haven't seen, actually. Scooby-Doo versus Monokuma. I have nothing going into this. No preconceived notion or anything. Hate the beat.
Scooby-Doo versus Monokuma. Go! À la recherche d'indices et de mystères.
Alright. This is French. And I had a feeling it would be. Since it's French, I can't really judge it. Alright, Sonic EXE shows up. What the fuck is this? This looks awesome, and I'm going to watch this in my spare time. I had a feeling this might be French, or any other language, considering. I didn't check it out first, because I wanted to be entirely surprised with all of you. So I'm going to come back and watch this in my spare time, but I can't really rank this one. So we will take this and put it dead in the middle. Dead in the middle. Scooby-Doo 2002. Let's go. I'm not going to rank this one. But, that's fine. Had a feeling. Probably should have gone with my feeling. It's okay. Let's go with one that I know is good. Scooby versus Tintin. I'm listening to this one purely because it's a bop, if I'm being real.
Shaggy and Scoob versus Tintin.
Hello, Raggy. You're reading right into a Ruby Rap.
Like Scoob, that's Tintin.
Retro in my Ruby Rap.
I'm all for beating bad guys, but his pastimes are pitiful. Like keep on shooting rhinos and take a seat with the criminals. Like you must have left your animation on the hammock, spitting fire on this boat like hot flow that'll cause mad havoc.
Raggy, here's your reporter.
Like would you note this for later? Capture our good sides when you put your loss in the newspaper. Like Scoob, it's up to us to crack this mental case. Who's more insensitive than his depictions of race? Jeez, like I can't stand to look at this blank slate. It looks like RJ forgot to finish your face.
Are you sick of your crossover flicks? I can tell that you're fed up, cause those rhymes were so dry. Did I land in another desert? An adventurous detective, you ain't hard as Tintin. I can send a slacker pack and just share on my LinkedIn. Let it sink in, we won't need Velma to deduce. You'll be shagging on the sofa, either way you screwed the pooch. You split up so many times but could never get a clue. Sorry, but in every story you're most useless in your crew.
Not true.
Why am I not surprised this flimsy hippie's out of whack? Firing back like Fred's traps, endangering this giraffe. Talking to your dog, right, what you eating, kid? It's no mystery, Scooby Snacks pack a secret ingredient.
Zoinks, it's a good ghost.
It's a rat, Raggy.
Like boy do I feel dumb, it was his personality. When it comes to catching monsters, it's not just ghosts we're after. Like there's nothing quite as terrifying as your motion capture.
Speaking of movie, Scoob, which director sounds the worst? Mine behind Schindler's List, or the guy who directed Smurfs? You almost had me convinced you could float to this captain. You'd have gotten away with it if not for your awful rapping.
Alright, so things to note here. First, the useless line. I understand it's a basic diss. The most useless member of Mystery Inc. at any given time is Daphne Blake. Shaggy and Scooby at least serve as live bait on an episode episode by episode basis, whatever. We're not here for that. Writing overall is solid. I've heard people say they don't like Fell as Scooby. I'ma be real. I like his Scooby. It sounds like Scooby. It does what it's supposed to do. You know? Shaggy was played by TCM Ziggy in this battle. Wow, his name is spelled wrong. Alright then. He was played by TCM Ziggy. And he does a really good job. It sounds like Casey Kasem. It sounds like the original Shaggy, which is not the voice a lot of people associate with Shaggy anymore, but it's, you know, the Shaggy voice, in my opinion. It's the one I aim for whenever I do Shaggy. It's missing some of those higher tones that Shaggy can have. Like, you get the motion capture part, but you know, Shaggy in general has a bit of a higher voice, man. He's a teenager. He's a teenager, he's a hippie. And so you get the higher tones a lot more than some people might remember. And you're missing some of those higher tones here, all the voice cracks that come from his nasally voice. But, you know, it's a good voice overall. And I just like this battle in general. I've liked this battle since it came out. So we're going to go ahead and put this one also at Scooby-Doo, The Mystery Begins. Now this next one, gonna be a bit hard to judge. This is Scooby-Doo versus Casper the Friendly Ghost by Cartoon Made Rap Battles. I should say, what's gonna make this one harder to judge is that it's mostly a demo. But to my knowledge, let's see. Yeah, so there's a flow test for Scooby and Shaggy here. But there is writing, so I can at least judge that.
Oh golly gee, it just seems there's good fools tonight. You're afraid of the dark, well the dark's afraid of my spotlight. Friendly warning, though a ghost trio's just enough to spook you. You'll be enduring more than you flirting ghosts of Scooby-Doo. I'm a not so nice ghost when I'm up on the mic, though. Not as Hanna-Barbaric as your food habits are like. Oh, against a bottom pack of not.
How many fucking people are gonna say Hanna-Barbaric in a fucking rap battle, man? It's not that hard to make a better joke with Hanna-Barbera.
Gang relate for you. The door's open to run if that's what your Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Ruh-roh, it's Casper, the friendly marshmallow. A monstrosity of a monster who's by far my most shallow foe. You're as cheap as a costume would be, you know I'm the pony. A mind or two last time we were cold, a second case of pneumonia. I'm a friendly ghost in your title, but come on, that was whack. Don't be too nice or I'll be firing back like I'm Fred's Trap. A friendly warning of what may come, please.
They reused that Fred's Trap still, huh?
I'm not afraid, bring it on! I'm rolling rap like staff of great skull, your royal bird, the master of it.
Yeah, so like I said, Dan, most of this is a demo. Most of this is not like the final or official recordings for any of these voices. So a lot of what this is a demo recording that was supposed to be recorded over. This was never entirely released. This is, you even see in the title, it says scrap. This is a scrapped battle that they released on the side channel. But you know, battle's a battle.
It's the same gig every time you spawn, so tell me what's new. My legacy legendary, you've released horrendous reboot. Oh dang, that's all the work, you just sit around and eat. No time for you to run when I strangle you with your own leash. What do you think you're...
Scooby's never been on a leash. Like once, ever, when he was disguised as like a prize-winning dog, but he's never had a leash otherwise.
So relevant, that's the real mystery. I'm newer than this loser in the race, so much for mystery. At least we still remember time that's passed like through its trail. Biggest accomplishment was inspiring character from Undertale. Decaying.
So I'm gonna go over that Undertale line because that also bugs me. Skeletor, I'm pretty sure, was not a direct inspiration for any character from Undertale, and I'm pretty sure this is referencing is the voice that Papyrus gets from the fandom, which, hey, what's up, Club Dreamverse? Today was tiring. well, today just started, so pretty decent, but basically Jacksepticeye, I believe, is the first person who popularized the I am Papyrus type of voice for Papyrus. And he specifically said at one point that he got that voice from Skeletor. Who, fun fact, I've met his voice actor, Alan Oppenheimer. He says that's what he imagined a skeleton would sound like if it could talk, because it would be bony and hollow. Why is Scooby so violent? Overshadowed, not shadowed over.
Ancient spirits of evil, transform this decayed form to Mum-Ra, the ever-living. You'll be screaming for your mummy when Ra steals your thunder.
This isn't what Mum-Ra sounds like, by the way. I've looked into it, because I was curious. Off.
Doing the do to the studios. Time is both out masking out rap. Now I know I normally want to back away from a fight. Gang tuck tears to soft to even give Shaggy a fight. Can hack cat so this cannon's past the clack. Can barely read the book of Rummy. Scrappy of his cat.
Mum-Ra's a villain from Thundercats, Daniel.
You're unraveling right ready deck to the league. I walk like an Egyptian, but I'll take to you like Anubis.
Oh, wait.
You're expecting your vampire
Yeah.
bats and scaredy cats. But it was I, Dio! It's a Tokyo goon that gets the rank.
I'm just gonna say now, Cameron will tell you he doesn't like Mancha's Dio, and I understand why, and I don't fully disagree with him. But man, Mancha's putting his whole heart into it at least.
My flows are made in heaven, you're a canine speed whack. No one can surpass Dio, you'll get dogged out too.
I also didn't watch Thundercats, I just know a lot of the characters. A decent amount. I know characters from a lot of things I didn't watch because of my friends.
Century immortal, you're a reboot of the crap. With stab power, I am the psycho rapper.
Expecting no regret, but it was you, Dio. I thought you failing with Johnny would end your ego. This vampire bites, I'll pull the mess from this loser. Review battle crying, Muda, Muda, Muda. Knock off and knock off, sleuthing non-stop. Couldn't kill Cujo, but you're taking on the big dog. You took a headshot.
Actually, that's a good joke. I like that one. The Cujo joke.
Copy Jojo, so you couldn't fight me.
Afraid of the dark, cause you're in fuzzy scare. Lights out, you're spaced out when you step into my lair. Mystery and
Not a bad scare voice, but it could be better. Belo's is much better. Belo, if you're still here, yours a scare is awesome. Thank you for playing him for me.
if you wanna prove me wrong. I'm the ultimate alien with a heart that wants to be reckoned. You're all barking, no bite when you pick up me for a second.
Oh, stop climbing around since they're the only ones you verse. You're a shaggy omnivore whose only verse was the worst. I led your domain, doggy dominant, prominent, leaving phantoms trying to get into Ben in their skeletal closet. I block your rental like
The flow is really good. I love the flows.
when a stupid pun for a name's the only thing you post. And I'm sure
See, I kind of want to try to take this concept of a battle and do it myself with Scooby, you know? Oh, here we go. Another build-up. They really didn't do... Like, why do they only do build-ups for like half of them?
Even with those vegan hippie G's, I see your foes are few. But to be honest, those raps were as scrappy as your nephew. Spotted calls the shot, you're the kettle calling in black. New to your attacks and send you going 3 letters back. Mystery, this puppets for corporate advertising schemes. Meddling kids behind the scene drive you like the mystery machine. And your stomach, your distasteful raps, so Scooby snack on these. Amateur gang cracked by Cypher, nor your gang of mystery. You know what you seem, rewind your rap 3 letters back.
I expect names to scare impressions since Snoop Cybot taught me anything. No, dude. Straight up like my Roadhog. I'm interrupting this. There's a gimmick with Shaggy here, by the way, if anyone's questioning. But my Roadhog, like I did Roadhog recently for somebody, and I sent it to them, and they were like, I didn't realize how much of that was your own voice. And, you know, I was like, oh, yeah. Roadhog rides again. Like, straight out of my throat. And, like, luckily it was only a couple lines. I've done a whole rap battle as Roadhog, and I swear to you, I almost vomited after every other line after, like, an hour of recording.
Be the survivor. Thus your cryptic clues conclude this case's creature is Bill Cipher. Nice work, Sherlock. So here's my reveal. Hey, you've got some skill, dog. Well, of course not. You can't out-rap this master of the mind. No, a 12-year-old worth better clues than what you find. Melodies and illusions, so watch your back, Scooby-Doo. Buy gold, no chocolate, cause these are bars that'll end. Such a waste of a puppet. Oh, I just can't help but frown. Eeny, meeny, miny, no. So it's going down.
Why do they completely drop the... I did see your noob Cybot. Oh, yeah, dude, I feel you. My throat's just used to it by now. How come the effect on Bill Cipher's voice dropped like halfway through the demo verse? Like, come on, man.
Time has come to burn. Disney's about to deal with treachery. Fight will burn in your memory when you're burned from my memory. So let's get physical. Knock you back to your second dimension. Cause it's Cypher and I in this verbal weird Mageddon.
Oh, yeah, weird Mageddon joke.
Tiny seed, you are gone to the tree. Rise to your leaves. Fill the sky until your sighs fill the air in the night. Lift your mighty limbs.
This is a bastardization of this song. Alright. This voice, you'll notice in the credits, is attributed to somebody. RJ, which is Brodekai. Brodekai is rather talented. I don't mind Brodekai or anything that he does. The Beast should not sound like this. The Beast from Over the Garden Wall just about never yells. He's always got a calm, smooth voice. Woodsman, what are you doing? Type of stuff. He shouldn't sound... It's Beatrice also. But this is not what the Beast should sound like ever. Ever. Because it degrades his character and makes him into somebody else. If your character... I get it. Some people just don't like calm characters in rap battles. I understand that. If the character you're using is calm inherently as a character, you have to keep them calm or you're losing the character. You have a responsibility as a creator using someone else's character to do that character justice, regardless of how you feel about it, in my opinion. Obviously make things however you want, but if you're going to use a character who was written and performed a certain way, you shouldn't change that performance to fit your own vision of someone else's character. But that's just me. I'm very passionate about characters being used, properly and being performed and conveyed the way their source material intended.
Twisted melody of the song from my dark lantern. I like my soul's calm and collected when I have them batter in potatoes and molasses. You enter a dark passage. Heads up with the queen of the clouds and don't leave where you rose. And you never get a clue when the puddle of relevance is frozen. Come with my souls who wanted to defy. I'm a fire decide I'm not succumbing to the light. Through the snorted dog, my legacy should never fall. I'm afraid the victory is over the gun wall.
That flow is your turn.
Alright, now let me just for the hell of it, let me, fuck, what's it called? This is the character that's supposed to be.
Souls and wander through the darkness.
Like, no, that's not right. The Beast, OTGW.
Didn't we?
Greg?
Now I want the sun. Here, lower the sun out of the sky and into this china cup. Anything.
That's who that character is supposed to be, right there. And it just doesn't have the same striking impact if the person playing him is essentially being aggressive and yelling. What makes a character like the Beast intimidating is that they're cool and collected regardless of the situation. When you take away that intimidation, if the Beast came at me yelling like that, I wouldn't be scared of him. I would think he's some aggressive nut job, and I would be just as aggressive back. Which is, I mean, what Scooby's doing, to be fair. But
away with words but no with souls. No shot when I chop more Edo with the soul, cause it's still with his all that you got to show. Feetless, beat trips,
hot ass flow.
Fire on deceptions, all you've ever known. And the best in these cold conditions, but the seed planting's your burial. I'm not a fan of your opera nor this boogeyman in general. I will lay scissors into you and play your real stuff loose. With the name of Fit for Frog, this bug will be squashed into Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice? Beetlejuice.
Hey, that's me.
Oh no.
Alright, this beat's good for Beetlejuice, if I'm being real. Why is there a build-up? We already know he's coming.
It's showtime. Keep a lid on in your mouth like these seal it like a theme if you wanna know what scams I be. You as a victim for my pranks, you're a monster down the street. I may or may not kick a goody two shoes out with my beer. I'm not afraid to get dirty with a case of a plutophobia. What is the life source of this cliche? Seguin's the cornucopia. Living for centuries, so I know the sickest this is to you. While you ride in your coast fame like a dragster of doom.
Say your reps are sick, but let's find whose system's immune. Because the ghost with the most material is at you. Learn to eat more than bugs when you scream time as your stomach churns. You're the worst monochromatic steam sneeze from Tim Burton. Go to hell, but neither worlds want you. You're a disaster. In fact, all these monsters stop scaring me. Should have listened to Casper. Good liquid thick bombers whose character's chemistry's defective and who's only known thanks to that cocktail he's obsessed with. Who won?
So, okay. Alright. I want to go over each of these voices now. Let's see. Casper. It was alright. Let's see. Skeletor's flow test. Mum-Ra. Didn't sound like Mum-Ra. Mancha's Dio doesn't really sound like Dio. Fell did a good Zascare, a decent Zascare. Belo's is still better. We already talked about the Beast. I don't mind Mancha's Beetlejuice, but it's not what I would go with for my first option. Overall, there's a lot good about this battle, but a lot more bad about this battle. Scooby-Doo, Curse of the Lake Monster. Alright, now this one is bad as admitted by its creator. Chills versus Shaggy and Scooby by acting out rap battles. What is this beat?
Acting out rap battles.
Yes.
Chills
No.
versus Shaggy and Scooby-Doo. Begin. Number 15, Shaggy's defeat, taking Daphne by my side like it was a swap meet. Wire beating up for Mortal Kombat, filming back for clarity. I can't get more clues than you with my top 15.
Let's see, your reboot gets Sidla Power Director. Wonder what that one means. Wonder what that one means.
Reboots get Simon for them offended by her snake, and you even make Scrappy-Doo look less bland. You faced a ghost down before, but you won't hit about where it is. Your series wouldn't be relevant without your films that we would fit in. With all your horror, crossover, you still can't get into your maximum overdrive, but with your ugly ghost faces, Scoop can lay off the flies. I'm beginning success where you're getting a team not direct, but since you two are low, it's like you both need a reality check. I'm showing scary videos from creatures to anxiety. Can you overrated franchise, just dive now, please. I see stranger monsters and you in just one top 10. Unlike your creeper, I can actually scare like a shark.
Hold on, it gets better.
Like Zoe and Scoop, we gotta crap you over to fight. But after this, we'll give clues a night of 100 flights. There's no way it could be Shaggy in a pub named Scooby-Doo. Like Scoop, where are you?
Bro, it really went that shit on a beat. Oh.
For top 10, it's like leave it to Santoro. Your voice keeps going slow, which makes you have terrible flow. When you roll with the mystery machine, find out the choke on these Scooby snacks. BuzzFeed God, they want their clickbait title back. Real rules and something from my thumb. There reviews up, that makes us feel laughable. Rubber now, there real, all that broken. One sounds as new, but that's the thing.
Oh god, I forgot about this. Oh no.